Welcome back to the Pig Trail Show once again, like he does every week. Our Richard Davenport joining us from our KRK studios in Little Rock. Of course, he is our recruiting guy, the expert. And as we know, recruiting never stops, and neither does he. So let's go ahead and kick this one off. Richard, an official visit by Jack Buford this weekend here in Arkansas. He's a football guy these coaches really love. How did his trip go?
Well, and it's kind of like a broken record, but he was like so many other guys, especially from out of state. He was very surprised by Arkansas, the facilities and just the campus and everything around Fayetteville. Just really impressed with what he saw. Also was able to spend a lot of time with the coaching staff, and he says Arkansas is definitely one of his top schools going forward. Definitely helped Arkansas help with him and definitely help their chances going forward.
Well, he wasn't alone on the hill this weekend. A couple unofficial visits. The first one, Zach Williams. What was he on campus? What do you think?
Well, he was able to spend a little bit more one-on-one time with the coaching staff and look get an in-depth look at the campus, and I think that's something that he wasn't able to do beforehand because he was on other weekends where they had a lot of kids and the game weekends and things of that nature. So he was able to really see what it would be like if he was a Razorback, and I think that really impressed him, and he enjoyed that. His mom and dad also made the trip, and I think going forward, Arkansas will always be in play with ZACK, and they're in a good position right now.
Well, these next two guys coming up from just down the street at Bentonville, Arkansas, we have Jaden Jackson, who's being recruited as an athlete, and then we have Kendall Young, who's being recruited as a linebacker. How did their trip go?
Oh, both of those guys really had a good time. I think Arkansas is in a really good situation with Jaden Jackson. I think he's been on campus several times, and developing that relationship is really key. And I really like where Arkansas is right now with him. Kendall, I was able to see Kendall and Jaden play last year against Bentonville. Kendall's got a high motor. He's very similar to Zach Williams. High motor, very explosive off the ball, just is relentless in the pursuit of the ball carrier or quarterback. And he recently got an offer from Missouri. Arkansas will be at their practice on Tuesday. Wouldn't shock me at all if Arkansas extended an offer to Kendall then.
And you know they love to keep those kids in their own backyards. And lastly, in the football realm, Jacoby Criswell making an unofficial visit as well. He's a quarterback we've heard a lot about before. How did his visit go?
Went really well. I think he really got more of an idea where he stood with the coaching staff. They want to continue to build that relationship and get to know him a little bit more, because when you offer a quarterback, obviously that's not just a quarterback, that's a leader of your team, and they want to make sure that both of them are a good fit. I think at some point it's a good, strong possibility that he'll get an offer. He's a very talented quarterback in the sophomore class.
All right, let's transition now to basketball. Mike Anderson still trying to fill his roster for the 2018 season. A guy he brought in or would like to bring in is Dima Zador. He could visit this week. You say he's a forward and they need some height.
Yeah, he's 6'10", 210 pounds. He's a guy that's a stretch forward who can play inside, outside, good athleticism. He told me he's very interested in Arkansas, and he could be visiting this upcoming week. And Arkansas would be in really a good spot if they get that visit. He does want to make other visits before making his decision, but Arkansas is definitely very attractive to him.
All right. Well, we appreciate all your insight every week, Richard. Again, thank you so much for all of the hard work that you do every week with recruiting. And, of course, we will catch up with you next week. Coming up, though, on the Pig Trail Show, we got our best of the week. The best of the best. You're not going to want to miss what impressed us. That's after the break.